And Jake's joining me shortly here. He's right here. So I hit record. Hello, if you are joining, please mute yourself. That would be super, super helpful as we get into this. So, so excited for tonight's call. Fun to see some faces on here. I haven't seen in a little while. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so to kick it off, a little bit of recognition. So 2 new consultants in the last week. We had Connie Cruz, HIT consultant, and Gail Pierce, HIT consultant. So yay, you guys. So awesome. Great first step. I like to say first step, sharing products that you love. It is truly a great first step. So enjoy those bonuses and know that you will hear about the next step on the call tonight. So that's exciting. So, and then also I have a new report. It's a very exciting report. It is, and I think this report is under the recognition tab for everyone. So you can always go check it out if you want to be checking in on your peeps. But it is the Leader in Action report. And it lists anyone that is filling out the Leader in Action formula through their action. And Leader in Action formula means new enrollments for the month, personally enrolled rank advancements, week at executive, at least 1 week out of the month, and then cycle growth. And we have Rebecca Peel on there filling out all 4 of those for the month of, it was last month, so the month of November. The month of November, she filled out all 4 of those. And my best advice to you, woo, yay, Rebecca, that's so exciting. My best advice to you is, even if you feel like, okay, well, I'm not at exec, or, you know, think about those 4 key things, because that's how you're going to fill out all 4 of them, right? Is to be thinking about all of them and tracking them. And it's just so exciting to see, you know, when you do achieve all 4, take that as an awesome thing to celebrate. And when you don't, just take that as a simple nugget of what to work on. That's what we do too. We plan, do a review. We review, where did we miss this month? What do we need to improve on? But those are the 4 keys to success. Personally enrolling, personally enrolled rank advancements. So people you enrolled, helping them rank advancements. She had 5 rank advancements of her team that in November. Weeks at executive, which you'll get there by doing these other things. And then cycle growth, which you'll get there by doing the other things. So super cool way to just think about it simple. And that's the theme of tonight's call, is simple, simple, simple. So we are going to talk about the 2-step system tonight. And I know some of you have been on other calls where you've heard about the 2-step system. I know Barbie's team's gone over it a little bit, maybe a deep dive. I don't mean to say it a little bit, but I know that Matt Svensson covered it on a Be Brave Live. It's been floating around in Max Out Biz a little bit. And so I just want to make sure that we actually do like a full, pure system implementation right here for us, for this team, for everyone who shows up on these Monday night calls, because I do think that this is something that's going to change the game for us. And I will tell you, in my Target career, I had a portion of time where I was on a team that was titled process and system development. Actually, I was a process developer. And this sort of stuff is exactly, so like the word system or 2-step system might be intimidating to you if that isn't a field that you come from, and that's totally cool. But what I want to say about it is that all that means is that it's the steps to success. So don't ever let the word like system or process intimidate you. It just means it's the steps to success. And it's really supposed to be like a broken down few pages that we can be applying to our own actions and then to our team's actions. Because as we have learned in network marketing, it is not what works, it is what duplicates. That's what matters. What works doesn't matter if it doesn't duplicate, it doesn't matter. And so what works is what matters. Or I'm sorry, what duplicates is what matters, not just if it works for you. So that's what this whole system is about. And we've tested it a little bit with some people that we've been chatting with, 3-way calls, plugging in new team members, where we've actually gone over it. So I'm gonna pull up the document. It's funny to have Lucy, little tiny dog on the call. Hi, Lucy. And sorry, she's cute. And so I am going to pull up the document here so that we can literally, and if you guys want to, you can watch my screen, or it's the most recent upload. I just put it in Everyday Rockstars like 5 minutes ago. So feel free to pull it up there if you would rather. But I will pull it right up here for you guys. So one quick second. Okay. So this is the two-step, and can you guys see that? Can you see my screen? The two-step system for success. I can only see Tessa and Lisa Campbell on my screen. Can one of you nod that you see this?
Yeah, we see it.
Okay, cool. Everyone else now is just a couple people. Okay, cool. So the two-step system for success, and where this came from, there is a video. I will post it right after this in case you haven't seen it. Anna Richards is like, I think 7-star. One of Peter Kelly's best friends in Australia. Big leader, grew her business very quickly in Australia. In Perth and all over really now. Isogenics millionaire, had massive growth and then was finding a time period of plateau or less momentum or just like sitting, like how are we going to get to the next level? And so she actually invested thousands of dollars and went to this Eric Worre event where Eric Worre trained network marketers. And at that event, she learned the very specific things that she should be tracking to take her business to the next level. And literally, you guys, she came out of that event and she came back and she implemented a system, this system, to her team, and her team found massive growth and momentum. And she grew by like triple percentage points month over month. She had, you know, she said they had like 41 rank advancements 1 month, which we've had close to that, you know. So there's time periods where you find this momentum, and then there's time period, and just that's business. Like that's a business cycle. It's going to be, you're going to have these bursts, and then you're going to have times, and then bursts and times. So how do you really find those bursts? Eric Worre has the key, and he, just from being so studied in network marketing, he has this really out here. And so she created a system. Kathy Coover, of course, called her and was like, what are you doing? I want to know, like, how is your team all of a sudden getting all these amazing results? And she's like, we implemented this system. And she was so kind enough to share that version with top leaders across the company. If you saw Matt and Amanda and others were just at this 8-star and above mastermind in Phoenix a few weeks ago. And she talked to them about it there. I don't think she was physically there, but it was brought up. And so this system has been adopted by various teams at various levels, but it just makes sense. And we can totally talk about, you know, how it makes sense on each of your levels. And I understand, you know, everyone's going to have sort of a like questions, and it's not going to be totally clear after just, you know, the next 20 minutes, but that's okay. Like it's such a good place to start. And if it makes sense to you, man, go, you run with it. And if you feel like, okay, I need a little bit more clarity around it, like let's talk about that. But here's a couple things I really like about it. One is it's completely duplicatable. Duplicable is the real word, right? It's completely able to duplicate. It also is 5 pages on a PDF with literally pretty much everything about this business, which maybe 5 pages sounds like a lot to you, but when you think about building a $1 million, multi-million dollar legacy, to be able to break it down on a 5-page PDF is pretty freaking awesome. Like it just is. It's like the manual to success. I know we have like, you know, franchise experts on here, but they probably would say, I bet Brian would say, I can't see Brian on my screen right now, but I bet his manual was quite lengthier at previous franchises and, you know, other owners of businesses. So not saying everything is here, but it's a place to really start. And then what I also love about it, that was sort of this aha moment for me, is that in this system, so in the past, when people have raised their hand and said, I want to build a business, I want to do this, we have often said, awesome, get to executive. Let's get you to executive. That's going to be where we go. And that is true. Like that is super, super important. But what I have found, and that was what I was taught. That was what I was taught. So that's what duplicated, right? The way you were taught is what was duplicated. So here we're trying to break some bad habits. I take ownership for that because that's how I was taught. But what I don't like is that if you raise your hand and you say you want to build a business and we say, okay, get to executive, and you feel like crap until you're at executive. Like, that's not okay. I don't like that. And so what I'm finding in this system that is seeming a lot more able to digest, and like it's the step-by-step, the stepping stones to executive. But really, if you raise your hands and say, I want to build a business, step one is find your 2 people, which is, it's a part of system 1, but 2, I like to talk about find your 2, and then we find your 10. So system 1, how to enroll your first 10 customers. With a little asterisk around, we're going to celebrate you at 2. We're going to celebrate the heck out of you at 10, because Eric Worre says that a super recruiter, a business will find growth when they are increasing the number of super recruiters that they have in their organization. A super recruiter is someone that can enroll 10 customers. So you want to be a super recruiter if in your lifetime, if you look at your team, your customer, if you have 10 or more, you are considered a super recruiter in Eric Worre's eyes. Other people have used the words influencer or impactor. I would say, like, try to look at it and see 10 with BV, 10, right? Retention matters too in this business. But 10 with BV, maybe 10 active orders, like sort of have this standard for yourself, like 10. And he says that the average that can get 10, the average super recruiter is going to enroll 27. So how great would it be to have a team full of people enrolling 27 people? Like, that's momentum, that's duplication. So the goal is how to enroll your first 10. And then that is such a key, crucial step. Like, we are so proud of people for enrolling their first 10. Step 2, system 2, is how do you go manager and then create managers. And so do you see it's a progression? Executive will happen, but it's a progression. We have to get there by going 2, 10. Once you have your 10, getting to those 2 consultants for manager is going to be easier. And then create manager is going to be, so go manager and then how to create managers. And then how to set your new customer up for success. Sorry, if there's a chat going, I can't see it right now, so we're just gonna roll with it. Unmute yourself, I guess, if you need to. I'll look at the chat after, but with this document up, it's like, it won't let me. There's one person in the chat. Yeah, awesome, all right, exactly. Takes the pressure off, because I want you to feel that level of success when you have your 2, and I want your people to feel that. And then I want you to feel so successful when you have 10. And I want your people to feel that. And then I want you to feel so successful when you hit manager. Like, that is to be celebrated. And we're not celebrating those things enough along the way. And then I want you to feel so successful when you create your first manager or 2 or super recruiter, 10 people. You know, like, these are all steps. And then I want you to focus on director and then to executive. So repeat, 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 which we'll talk about in the document. So that's like my starting point with this. So in our team, we get healthy and paid. And notice, the language is so simplistic. Everything in here is so intentional, you guys. We help others get healthy and paid. We learn, grow, and party with the tribe at Isagenix annual celebration. Who partied with us in Nashville, right? We had so much fun. And then, so then it's these 2 steps. Again, this can duplicate, because you can take this document and put it in the hands of your people. I want you guys to just really drive that home. And then details on how to set your new customer up for success. So system 1, find and enroll your first 10. Really? And here's the deal. Some people, this is where this business is, there is an art and a science to this business. It's not all going to be science. It's going to be some art too. Because some people, it's a relationship human business. And so the fact is, some people are going to want this whole document all at once. Some people, I know Teresa and I have done some calls where we say, like, let's just do the first page and then stop there, and then we'll go back and revisit the second page once you digest digest the first page. And then the second, so how you deal with the document, you'll find your groove. But now you're just really honing in the skill on dealing with this system in this document. So know your why, write a list of 10 family and friends you're closest to, tell them why you're doing what you're doing, ask for their support. Social media post is next. Then there is an example here of a social media post. How many times do people say, I wouldn't know what to post, and I don't know anyone. I don't have any friends who would do this with me. Okay, here's your fast start list for you and for your people. So you use this as the consumer for yourself, and then also as the coach, where you're going to coach your team and say, oh, you don't know anyone? Okay, well, let me help you jog your memory with this sort of area of the fast start list. Like, look at this. This is what we do on this team. You also get to help create the culture of the ease and the simplicity of this for your team. And then send a message. This is a tried and true message that is working. So text them, send a message to each person individually. These are all one-on-one. It's so important. And then as people are open to this, PS, we get results in 30 days or our money back. As they're open to it, then you can add them to your team product page and tag them in a relevant post. I'll add you to the page I'm in. Again, always do this authentically, always back and forth getting their permission. And then within 24 hours of adding them to the page, we're not just adding them and leaving them there, then we are following up within 24 hours. They answer, and then we say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you're ready to get started, where are you? It's okay if they say they're a 4. It's okay if they say they're whatever they say. The next step is get them on a 3-way call and connect, call or Zoom with a leader to discuss. And so there's an intro template right here. So, you reply to their score of where they're at and say, I'm new to this, so I would love for you to talk to my friend so-and-so. They will be able to answer that and help explain that. My friend blank has done all of this. So, not done all of this, but you pick a statement. And the key here, you guys, edification. I think that's another thing that we can get better at in general, is really saying to the person, gosh, this person, you're really going to want to talk to this person, and here's why. It could be because they've lost a lot of weight. It could be because they've earned a level of money they want. It could be because they're a stay-at-home mom and this person's a stay-at-home mom and they're just crushing it at their health or their money opportunity. You want to give them a reason that they want to get on the call. Edify. And we can be, the more we do that to each other, the better. And then you're going to organize the call, and then you're going to, and again, you're going to get 2 times that they are available. So what 2 times in the next 24 hours are you available? And then you get them on the call. Okay. And then, that's just the process. Like, that is the process. And I know there's some questions coming in. Jake, yeah. Okay. So it says, when you send out so many messages, how do you keep everything authentic? Are there specific icebreakers or other suggestions to transition in that conversation? Honestly, I always am like really being sure of what's going on in that person's life. It's a great question, because it's like, you have something amazing, and it doesn't just mean that it doesn't have to remove the authenticity just because you're sharing it with a lot of people. Like, you genuinely can think of why it would be of interest to them. For some people, you're thinking about the energy. For some people, you're thinking about they need healthy options on the go. For, it's like also knowing that person. I think it can stay very authentic as long as you are, Jill, I like what you're saying a lot, or Teresa, I like what you're saying about commenting on their Instagram or Facebook stories, get the conversation flowing, and be okay. Yeah, be truthful. All these comments are great. I would also say fail forward. Like, I have made mistakes in this. You guys, one time I asked someone to meet for coffee, and she wrote me back and was like, hey, I would love to, but I live in Madison. Clearly I wasn't paying close enough attention. I was like, Allison, that was terrible. Like, it's okay to fail forward. Like, you're not going to have it all wrapped up in a bow. I felt terrible. I still know who that person is that I did that to. And I was like, oh, Allison, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, tell me about Madison. And I just just went back to conversation, and we all but I think the key is to be in the ring and to be in action. Okay, so that's getting to your first 10 enrollments. Like, that really is the process, is 3-way calls, getting them in the product page, quick, 24 hours on a scale of 1 to 10, how soon are you ready to, or how ready are you to get started? And a lot of it's going to be planting seeds. I posted a post earlier today about Sydney, the girl who just had 5 value packs last week, because she did a lot of seeds and now the harvest is coming a year later. So it's okay. Yeah, Heidi says she's made far worse blunders. I mean, you guys, it's just, we all do it. But you have something amazing, and it's going to get into the right hands and ears and eyes and that person who is out there looking for it when you are authentically carrying your truth with Isagenix for yourself and how you can serve that person. So then how to go manager and create managers. So this step says fill your calendar, book coffee dates, FaceTime meetings, Zoom calls with your new customers to catch up and see how they're doing. And it says the person with the fullest calendar and in the most conversations will go manager the fastest. Again, it gets down to the number of conversations. You can be an Isagenix for 3 years, 5 years, and do the exact same amount of conversations that someone else does in 6 months. And that's where comparison can come into play. And people are like, well, they just started 6 months ago. What am I doing wrong? And it's not that you're doing anything wrong. That's the thing. I want you guys to take that blame or that shame or that feeling of comparison away. Like, that's not the point of this business. Joy is the point. And it's, and then looking at numbers like this, looking at what it is that you can manage and do, that you can control. So filling your calendar, as it says right there. And then, so this is with your customers, 5, and I love these questions. What are you liking about Isagenix best so far? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not interested at all, 10 being you would be more than comfortable, 2, would you be open to sharing your results with these products with any family or friends? Hypothetically speaking, if you began sharing Isagenix to earn an additional income and worked at part-time, how much would you need to earn to make it worth your time? How many hours a week can you invest to make that a reality? And how many months would you be willing to commit? If you can, in a conversation, really get down to this, and these are questions that we've asked on Zoom calls. I've been on some of them with you guys. Typically, I haven't done all 5, so I'm excited to try that. But where we really go over, like, how much would you need to make it worth your time? I've asked some of you that. I know I have on this call. How many hours a week can you commit to doing this? So if I could show you how to earn blank, working blank hours over the next blank period of time, would you be open to taking a look at our team system on how you can just do that? If they say no, that's fine. Love on them. I always love my happy customers. That's totally cool. Continue to love your results. If anything ever changes in that arena, let me know. And if it doesn't, any referrals would be appreciated. That's totally cool. Like, let them know that's totally okay there. But you will get people who are like, yes, I'm open to that. Follow the next steps. That's where you would add them to the team page here and tag them in the pinned post, which includes the compensation plan, which I need to do tonight. Pin the compensation plan. So since we're rolling this out, we will have a pinned post with the compensation plan that we're just tagging people in. It'll pop it back up to the top. It'll be a really good way for them to just like immediately then learn how to get paid. And then organize a connect call. So even if they've already had 3-way calls, even if they've already been plugged in on a product standpoint, the minute someone is open to earning the money, they have to get on another call because they're going to get poured into, they're going to get belief, they're going to hear a perspective and a story that's similar to theirs. They are going to get more edification and they're going to get validation from the person of how this is a good decision for them to do this. I was telling someone today, the weekend I met with Amanda Svensson, when I first was curious, I would have said yes. I would have flown to ICU. She could have done it all herself, but she got me on a call with Julie Coughlin to hear another story, to gain more solid roots, to have another perspective of someone from corporate life like me. She was a stay-at-home mom, so she connected me with someone with my background. That just solidified things for me. I would have said yes either way. So could she have done it without? Yes, but then that showed that showed community, that showed simplicity, that showed that you can always phone a friend. There's a lot of phoning a friend in this business. You don't have to be the expert, nor should you be. because the three-way call duplicates. Amanda being my be-all, end-all does not duplicate. She wants to make herself irrelevant in my business to the point that I know where to go. I'm resourceful and I know where to go. And so that's part of her job, is to do that. Does that make sense? And then you teach them system one. You say, okay, awesome, we got you on the call, and now we're going to pull out this document. And we're going to do the first steps. We're going to enroll your first 10. We're going to celebrate you after year 2. That's like my own little asterisk, because obviously celebrating consultant. And when you have your first 10. And then we're going to teach them this next section, which is about setting them up for success. Once they have enrolled their first person, repeat, 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 repeat. Continue to follow the system. Every single person who you helped get started on these products deserves now a coffee catch-up or a Zoom, and to be asked those 5 impact questions. If they wish to earn extra income, create additional choices in their lives, have more time freedom. Do not be attached if they say no. That's okay. The right people are out there. The right people are out there. I remember Jen Byer talking about early on when she first really learned the comp plan. She went back to everyone that she had enrolled, apologized for not bringing this up to them at the beginning, and said, I apologize. I was new. I was just getting started. I really would love if I could draw out you share, they share for you. Some of them said no thank you, and some said yes, and that like kickstarted her. That's a bunch of people came through that. She would tell you that. So then the setup for success is these 6 steps. And the cool thing is there's a welcome email template right here. There's a welcome graphic right here. And then you welcome them into the Facebook team page once they were approved, again, in Everyday Rockstars or whichever Facebook team pages you're using to really welcome them. I love some of you do personal touches of their photo and a little bit about them so that we can, and maybe like, hey team, like just make them just feel community and so included, because whatever you do is also that's what they're gonna do. How they get onboarded is how they're gonna onboard their people. So that duplication effect, my leader in action report said it will give me up to 16 PET. That means me to 16 people. Think of a game of telephone and how 16 people away, the message could be lost in translation, most likely. But our goal is to have that baton that we can hand and not lose the message in translation. I want the person, 16 PET, to have this same experience because we have a document in a system like this, and just simplicity. So many people are going after time freedom for this of some form or another, and we all have busy lives. So keeping it simple with this system is so key. Anna Richards, this step 3, send welcome gift or note. She talked about this at an event I was at. She said it is so impactful to just send a handwritten note. Thank you so much for joining my team. We are so excited to partner with you. Maybe you put in an Isodalite, little greens, or hydrate, or stick, or whatever you want. Just lay flat, whatever makes sense for you. But that extra personal touch. And then the welcome call to go over back office tour, auto ship, IsaBody challenge, healthy mind and body, all of that. I have one of those with Gretchen in 5 minutes. And then, so you organize someone to be on the call. And then on that call, you can talk about the 3 options. Susan Sly always talks about these. When people are asking you what you're doing, because people will recognize a change in you, you have 3 options. You can refer them directly back to me, and I can help them. I can show you how to get your products for free, as the bigger vision of the company is to help people get healthy for free, so it's not a burden for them. Or I can show you how to make an additional income this week. Throw in your story. Out of those 3, what excites you the most? If they answer 2 or 3, you're going to take them through systems 1 and 2. You're gonna go back through this document. Now this PDF is your best friend for them. Then accountability. So this is an optional step that they can post online, adding for, this is another good post so that they can say, who's up for looking and feeling their best. For added accountability, do this with some people. I know some people on the team have had great results with that. And then record their key dates so that you can shout out their results along the way, check in with them. These are the suggested start day, their first cleanse day, find out day 9, 20, and 30, so that you can be, that's like the first month, right? When possible, catching up face-to-face works best to check in with them and create a better relationship. And then here is just a final graphic, sample welcome graphic that you can send to people. You can put this literally right in a text, Facebook message, email, whatever it is. It's going to give them just a little, and you can download it here. That's literally it, you guys. That's page 5. That is page 5. We are at 9:31. What questions do you guys have and or comments? I just want to make sure we're cognizant of time, but that it's clear kind of what this looks like. And know that leadersrisehere.com, we've been on a decent path with that because a lot of it matches, but I just am going to really work on doing our due diligence to make sure that, you know, if that is like some additional info, that it starts with the 2-step system. Like that's just what we're adopting. So more to come maybe on that, but I think it's nice to have like a website out there, but really this PDF should be everything that you need to get your business like launched and going and growing to massive success. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Questions, comments, anything? Good, Becca. Yes. Okay. Well, you will find it out. Let me know if you have questions at any points, but you will find it right in the group with the comp plan video, and that'll be pinned in Rockstars, or if you're using a different group for your main business group, hopefully it's pinned there. And yeah, we will see you guys next week. Okay. Have a good week, everyone. Bye.